Resident Evil 4.
Hello, my name is Andrew, and I'm here alongside our newest member and recruit, Stephen Allen. We are Cal Gaming, and welcome to our Let's Play of Resident Evil 4 for the Nintendo Wii.
Glad to be here, folks. It's an honor to be here alongside my buddy.
Aye, thanks for your help on Resident Evil 5 and 6.
Had a great time with that, buddy.
Right, Resident Evil 4.
Man, this game was everywhere back in 2005. You couldn't go 2 feet without hearing about this. This was the system seller for the GameCube.
But the problem with the intro is that let's sum up the entire sequence in a few sentences by saying Umbrella died off screen.
It's funny too because Resident Evil 2 ends with Leon and Claire saying, "Let's take down Umbrella," and Code Veronica ends with Chris saying, "Yeah, it's payback time. We gotta take the fight to Umbrella," and then they're just off screen.
And we won't get those answers till Umbrella Chronicles.
Quite a ways away.
Government issued an indefinite suspension of business decree to Umbrella. Soon its stock prices crashed, and for all intents and purposes,
And it took the government. No, it didn't take the government until at least an entire city was nuked to realize how comic book villain bad Umbrella really was.
Yeah. And down they went.
Off screen for now.
Yep.
6 years have passed since that horrendous.
So yeah, this is also a first for this channel. This is on the Nintendo Wii. The reason I chose the Wii version of this game is, well, it has the GameCube graphics and the PS2 extras. Best of both worlds.
This also has the best aiming controls as well. It's
Oh,
really
well,
easy to hit your target.
Absolutely. This is one of the few games where I'm actually okay with motion controls.
Yeah.
And here we are, Leon S. Kennedy.
Hasn't been seen since Resident Evil 2. Good thing he's not driving, otherwise we'd already be looking at the "You Are Dead" screen.
If there's one thing that Leon cannot do is just drive any vehicle.
Guess that's a local's way of
Points to
breaking
Resident
the
Evil
ice.
6.
Anyway, you know what this is all about. My assignment
Now,
is
we
to
don't
search
give
for
it
the
these two
president's
Spanish cops here. We don't have names for them, so we can immediately assume they're going to die.
Yeah.
boys didn't just tag along
So what's your history of Resident Evil 4 then, Stephen?
Scout bonfire.
I've been with this game since the launch. I had a GameCube back in the day, but I didn't quite have the funds to get it at the time. But it wasn't until like months later where I finally picked it up, and oh, what a game!
I think I actually briefly explained this in our Resident Evil 5 playthrough, where my history of Resident Evil, where it started when my father got the game. When the Wii was introduced, you know, everybody had to have one because it's a brand new motion technology and motion controls and all that bullshit.
Esports sold that thing in the millions.
So my dad decided to get the game for himself, and I paid no attention because I thought it was terrifying, yes. But then after he, later on, about a couple of months, he played the game, he got to the final boss, he was struggling at the last section, and he asks me for help. I said, okay, fair enough, give me a couple of tries, and then the rest is history. I realised how the game was not scary at all, and I've been falling in love with this series since then. So this is a passive personal spot in my heart.
On another note, this game still looks really good.
Aye, even to this day.
Before this came out, Resident Evil Remake was considered the most graphically intense game on the
Aye, because it
GameCube.
did really well with its atmosphere.
What they did with Remake was amazing.
Can I just also point out that scene right there, someone in development at Capcom was given the job of programming the Steam for that piss. Right, we're heading off to the village. So, in case you've been paying attention, what's happened here is that the president's daughter has gone missing, and our modern badass, aka Leon, has to go and rescue her. It kind of sounds like a fairy tale or a Mario story, don't you think?
Yeah. After the events of Resident Evil 2, Leon was recruited by the government to become an agent.
I'm sorry, Leon, but your girl is in another village.
Yeah. The unlockable epilogues for Resident Evil 3 actually state that Leon was pressured into doing so because the agent who wanted him recruited was saying that Sherry knew too much, and Leon was saying, "Leave her alone, she's innocent." And then he was saying, "But you have value." And that was when Leon decided, these guys aren't messing around, I need to work with them.
Right, off we go.
Who are these guys?
Did you say something?
Yeah, you clearly heard me.
And here we are, Ingrid Hunnigan.
I hope you can hear me. I'm Ingrid Hunnigan.
How are they able to see each other?
Loud and clear.
It's a fucking
That's a
radio.
very good question.
It's a radio. They don't have television screens. And in this game's timeline, it's like 2005.
So
Yeah.
try to behave yourself, okay?
Whoever this
And
group
in this
is, they
game,
sure picked a
Leon
darn
is
girl
voiced
to
by
kidnap.
Paul Mercier.
I'll try to find some more
Matthew
information
Mercer
on
did
my
not come in
end.
until Resident Evil
Good.
Damnation.
Talk to you
Paul
later.
Haddad was the
Yeah.
original Resident Evil 2 voice.
Right, so Resident Evil, here we go. Resident Evil 4 specifically, here we go. Right, your controls are the left stick, the analog stick on the nunchuck controls your movement, and the Wii remote is basically your handgun, but when you swing the Wii remote like a tilt, it becomes your knife. And I start by going the wrong way to show off some dialogue.
There's another funny little Easter egg you can get here with if you have the infrared scope on New Game Plus. You target those people in the vehicle. They don't have any temperature.
Yeah, and you can shoot birds.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you can shoot the birds and you can get gems and hand grenades. Don't ask me how that works.
You get the hand grenade, right?
I don't. Well, we'll see what. Well, don't ask questions right now. You'll see in the playthrough.
Okay.
Nitpicker.
Smart ass. Oh, we're off to a good start.
You know, that's the last thing a villager wants to see some American agent barging into his house.
Excuse me. Sir?
I'm just going to continue stoking this fire and completely ignore the footsteps I heard about 10 seconds ago.
Oh, okay, wise ass.
Now, this is something that puzzles me. Why does he turn all the way to the right instead of just turning to the
I was
left?
wondering if you might recognize a girl in
It's
the
like, I feel like
photograph.
doing a little ballerina spin before I pay attention to this guy.
Lárgate, cabrón.
And apparently what he's saying there
Sorry
is,
about
what the
that.
hell are you doing in here? Get out.
Delayed scene, Leon pulls out a translator because he doesn't understand what he's saying.
The strategy guide I have with me for reference actually does state some of the sayings that they do
I said freeze.
and the translations.
Right, here's your basic enemy of the game, folks. These are not... Yeah, these are Ganados. They're basically... If you remember in our RE5 playthrough where they're the Magini, these just function exactly the same, except these are the beginning stages of the Las Plagas.
This game was obviously before RE5, so this was their kind of first go at like having human enemies as your basic fodder. These are
Where-
not zombies.
Aye, these are parasites that latch onto your spinal cord and control your every movement, including communication. This is why the villagers are still able to communicate with each other.
I had no choice but to neutralize him. There are still others surrounding the area.
Get out of there and head toward the village. Take whatever measures
Wouldn't it be better if
necessary
I just
to
stayed in
save
here
the
where they can't
subject.
reach me?
But what about Ashley, Leon?
Forget her.
And yes, with the phrases that these Ganados are shouting there, it's actually an official language.
Spanish.
It's Spanish. And you can actually translate it.
He asked, I believe he is here.
Guys, he's over there! I'm pointing right at him as I say this! And the only weapons that these villagers have are basically farm tools, like from axes to pitchforks to scythes.
Oh, not until the village, where we get introduced to a rather infamous and frightening individual.
Now, the strategy for this beginning, because you've only got a hand grenade at lowest power, what I recommend is you just go for the head, go for a kick, and then just stab them constantly until they die.
I love how you missed the one item there that the last Ganado dropped.
Ah, well. So yeah, like at RE5, there's an upgrade system for your weapons, and to get that, you have to collect money, which could be either dropped from enemies, like these birds here, or they can be found in random boxes.
This crow that's on the signpost will always drop a hand grenade, so be sure to kill that one.
And here we are saving a wolf, because I'm a nice guy.
Yeah. You have to press the button here and not shoot the bear trap for it to count as being saved.
Speaking of bear traps, watch out when you walk through this village, folks, because there are bear traps in the grass.
And there are explosives to the side there, as you can see. A foreigner. That's what he's saying.
Aye. Off goes the bonnet, and off he goes.
I love the kick. There are two versions of a kick, a high version and a low version.
Aye, that depends if you shoot them in the head or you shoot them in the knee. Because unlike Resident Evil 5, where you can shoot them almost every limb and then you can do a melee attack, this one you can only do one or two.
Yeah. This was their first go at kind of implementing a melee system into the game. It's very simple as a result.
And there's obviously a health there on the right hand side of the screen.
Yeah.
And here's a little thing, the herbs are back as well, but they also introduced what's called a yellow herb, where on by itself and with a green herb, it doesn't recover all the health, but it does slightly increase the amount of health you regain.
You have to combine it with a green herb in order to use it. You can't use the yellow herbs by themselves.
Now this particular section right here where you see these the Ganados up here, they only appear in this section when you start a game for the very first time.
And I've tested it, by the way. You can't actually shoot those guys.
And there's also a little fact: if you check one of these sheds, there's actually a female corpse stuck on one of the walls, and then Leon will make a remark saying that how there's no sexual discrimination in this village.
I think you already went past it, actually.
Aye. I'm just pointing that out for reference. That is an awesome looking symbol. I wonder if that's symbolic to the main villain of the whole
There you
game.
go. The main set piece that got everybody's pulse racing when they first played the game. And you'll see why soon.
Leon, how you holding up?
Bad question, Hunnigan.
No, I'm
Sorry to
alright.
hear that.
My hair's
I'm
still
sending you a
intact.
plane manual. Hope
The
you
hero
like
is all
it.
that matters.
I'll take a look. at it.
Hunnigan, what is this plane manual you're sending me? Totally break the fourth wall there. So here's your manual, folks. Blah, 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 blah.
That screenshot is actually from the very early development of the game, where the Leon kicks that Ganado.
Okay. Right, here we are. The main village of the Spanish Eastern European town. I am an agent. I must have every single gadget.
Metal Gear Evil.
Well, they're all ripping off Metal Gear with the conversations on the radio.
All we need is the exclamation point when you get spotted.
Now, what you need to do here is you need to trigger the appearance early. So what do? I kill 2 chickens and get their attention.
You can actually go around into the house without them spotting you. If you approach it right, oh, you're going straight for the big bad boy.
Yeah, I'm triggering the cutscene early.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to see the most terrifying enemy in the game.
Well, what is it? A beetle? A beetle? Or a monster? What?
Well, I don't think a beetle could cause one of the most horrifying death scenes in all of Resident Evil.
Chainsaw. Yes, they are here to scare your shit, folks, because again, this is the very start of the game, and they throw you a chainsaw, which is instant death the moment it's next to you.
Yeah, Dr. Salvador will move. Dr. Salvador is his official name. He'll move towards you at a steady pace, and if he hits you, instant messy death.
And unlike Resident Evil 5, where the deaths are censored, Leon's head does fly off.
This game has some of the most nasty death scenes in the entire series. I still think Resident Evil 2 will forever be the goriest still.
Hence why they give you a free shotgun when you get up to the top of this room.
Yeah.
I love
he
pushing.
is.
I love pushing the ladder down when there's lots of Ganados on it.
Yeah.
It's so satisfying.
It's even better when the Mad Doctor's on it. Funny thing, Dr. Salvador, I believe, translates to Savior, which is really ironic.
Ironic considering he's wielding a chainsaw and a paper bag on his
and
head.
what he'll try and do if he catches you.
See what I mean?
Any and all hits are instant death from the chainsaw.
Aye.
So
What about if they introduce the chainsaw mechanic when, as a last minute ditch, they throw the chainsaw at you as a projectile instead of having to walk up next to you?
the only game that actually lets you avoid the immediate instant death of a chainsaw is Resident Evil 6.
Aye.
Where if your beastful mate runs into you, you can actually break free of it.
Here
In
he
the
is.
campaign anyway. And Mercenaries, if he hits you, it's instant death.
Aye. Oh shit.
Oh boy.
Oh shit. Run, Leon, run, Leon, run!
God damn!
Oh.
Did you miss death by a pixel there?
Aye. Thank you, Invincibility Frames. I liked how you shut yourself there.
Dude, you're playing with fire there.
Hey, I got lucky.
Yeah, if you didn't, your head would be on the ground right now.
By the way, the hand grenades are really effective in this
Instant
game.
kill on regular Ganados in
Yes,
this game.
if you have hand grenades, they're very useful against a group of enemies. But they also... But here's another thing about the Ganados. They really take their time to get back up on their feet, including the chainsaw. It's like, I'm going to slowly get up, giving you plenty of time to aim your handgun. Okay, I'm up. Boom. Oh no, I have to climb up again.
There's actually a second Dr. Salvador in this area. If you try, you'll see the exit later after this scene, but if you try and go up there before going into the house, there's already a second Dr. Salvador waiting for you. And he goes.
And that's him done.
Nicely done.
You do really want to kill the chainsaw in this particular section because he drops a fuck ton of money.
Yeah. The one that you can kill in the exit area, if you choose to get it early, drops a ruby, which has the same amount of value as the...
Or as I call it, a Chaos Emerald. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Right, all you have to
Leon
do...
got them all.
Now, I'm not sure if this is actually, if this is based on time or if it's based on kills until the game decides to stop.
It's both. It's time limited, and it's also based on how many you're able to kill.
Wow, you all look so similar to each other.
That was actually one of the really unique things about Resident Evil 2. I believe all the zombies had a nearly completely different texture for themselves.
But don't you hate it when a game like this, well, they've created like say 7 or 8 different models for standard enemies, but then they keep reusing them over and over again.
Probably limitations of some sort.
Where's everyone going? Bingo?
Leon, I don't think you should be complaining, considering you nearly got killed by a chainsaw.
Resident Evil.
That's a bit misleading considering there's no number 4 in it.
Yeah.
Not to mention we already saw the title screen, what, twice before?
I've confirmed the body of an officer. Something's happened to the people here.
No shit, Leon.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure normal people wouldn't try and cut your head off with a chainsaw.
Got it.
Right, what we're doing now here is, before we continue on, I'm going to take the time to pilf all their stuff in their houses. Because that's a good thing, you want to make sure you get every single item. Because this is not like, unlike Resident Evil 5, this is a not entirely survival action. This is more, it's akin to the classic Resident Evil where you don't have a lot of ammunition, but then you still need to find all the keys and treasures and make sure your health inventory is completely full.
Yeah, the gameplay style may have been completely revamped, but you are still limited with ammunition and health.
However, unlike Resident Evil 5, your inventory is not real-time and you're not limited to 9 spaces. Thank fuck.
This game has easily the best inventory system in the franchise.
Absolutely.
Tetris.
Don't speak of inventory. Do you ever have that time where you look at your inventory and then you take 10 minutes just to tidy everything up?
Oh, yeah.
Hoarding. I am hoarding.
What, we playing Diablo 3? We're looking for lit?
Yes. And green herbs and red herbs.
In the original E3 demo for this game, there was actually a portrait of Dr. Salvador on that wall there.
Oh yeah, this game actually went through quite different game changes during development actually, because I recall there was a version that was supposed to be like paranormal and all that.
Yeah, quite a few attempts were made at this game.
Like there was one like Leon would fight against dolls and paintings coming to life and shadow creatures. It was like Silent Hill cross Resident Evil.
There was a crazy hook man as well who would like grab you with his hook claws.
And there was also a version which ended up becoming Devil May Cry.
Yeah. Yeah, Devil May Cry 1 was, I believe, started as a Resident Evil.
That's kind of odd. Well, considering that both the main games almost look identical to each other, I mean, you know, they may have a missed opportunity, especially in RE6. Why didn't they give Leon a Devil May Cry outfit?
Yeah, there are a lot of similarities between classic Resident Evil and Devil May Cry 1. Key hunts, for example. By the way, if you stay up here too long when the village siege is happening, they'll start throwing Molotovs up into the tower. I don't know if it's instant death if they hit you.
And Leon should have cracked his ankles there.
Yeah.
He's superhuman. Imagine that if that went realistic, you jump down without climbing down the ladder and then the game over is dumb arse.
Nothing.
Yeah. Yes, I'm just making sure I check everything so I can make sure I have plenty of ammunition and health so for the next section. Do you want to go prepared?
Files.
Just like the classic Resident Evils, there are files that give you a bit of more detail of what's going on with the story behind the scenes. Like, for example, what the villagers are planning, what key items mean, or some files will reveal a code that you need to use to, say, open a door.
Yeah. This is where the second Dr. Salvador would be waiting for you.
Right outside the store.
Yeah. He doesn't activate his chainsaw until you get close enough, so you can actually stop him from doing that if you're fast enough.
Now, that blue note you saw right there, folks, what that is that there's a note left on that tree which says there are blue medallions in this village that if you shoot down a certain amount of them, you can get a handgun for free, but if you shoot down all of them, you'll still get that same handgun for free, but it'll be slightly upgraded.
Oh, did not know that. I knew about getting it free, but I didn't know about the upgrade.
I think it's when you need to get 7 medals, you get the gun for free, but when you get all 15, it's slightly upgraded. And there is about 8 of them in this section alone, and the other few are going to be later on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will go after the blue medallions, because I like the sound of a free handgun. Do you like a free handgun?
Yeah.
By the way, that pendant earlier that was in the well, if you shoot that pendant before you shoot the lead, you'll get a dirty pendant, aka a pendant levered in shit. Yes, you can find key treasures, and then later on you'll be able to sell them to get more money, so you can upgrade weapons.
And also combine specific treasures together to make them even more valuable.
Aye, I believe one of them was like a mug which has 3 separate gems.
The
stones.
beer stein.
Aye, the
I
beer
believe, is
stein.
here.
Mm-hmm.
2. Count with me.
You know, that'd be some shit if you actually shot the cows and they actually kick you.
Why are you killing the chickens? Chickens give you free healing items.
They remind me of the cuckoos from Legend of Zelda.
At least they're not the mercenaries chickens from RE5. Which I did miss, by the way, as in one of our runs. Killed all 149 enemies. Last enemy was the chicken.
No, I loved that mod I saw in Resident Evil 5 where this mod...
Fluffy quick.
Aye. He basically took the
Ooh,
first...
you got really lucky.
Aye, a golden chicken egg. Anyway, he's basically took the first mercenary stage and made the chicken the only enemy in the stage.
And he was like hyping it up to his buddy, saying, now this stage has a very dangerous enemy. And his friend didn't start the match until he was Chris Safari, who has 2 free rocket launchers. Yes, now I'm ready.
So yeah, also like Resident Evil 5, the chickens can drop eggs, and there's 3 types of eggs. There's the gold one, there's the brown one, and then there's a white one.
The white one restores the least amount of health, brown a moderate amount of health, and the gold is an instant first aid spray.
Aye, so, and the gold ones are extremely rare, so I was lucky to find... Hello, where did you come from?
One advanced trick you can actually use against any regular Ganado, and quite a lot of enemies in the game actually, because you're playing on normal, your difficulty's gone up quite a bit because you're playing well. So if you run towards an enemy, what the game does is that... Oh, he's just randomly working.
And
Did he not hear his buddy's getting murdered?
He's completely unaware that I'm behind him.
Basically, what you do is you run towards the enemy.
Sorry to interrupt, but he's got a sledge of hay for a head. hey, I'm gonna call him Hayhead.
Basically, what you do is you run towards any normal enemy, or most enemies in the game, and they'll start their attack earlier to compensate for your running speed. So if you were to keep running towards them, that attack would actually hit you, and it tracks to hit you sideways. What you do is, as soon as that attack starts, move backwards.
Aye, because of invincibility frames.
No, they're just straight up out of range, and they cannot hit you. I've done it with the Bella Sisters and the Mercenaries.
And here's your first key treasure here, the beer stein. You want to keep hold on until you get at least 3 more color gems, so you can, like Steven said, combine them to increase the value of that treasure.
Yeah.
Right, as we move on to the next section, we'll see you in the next part, folks.
Ciao.